How y'all doing with Pokemon since I jogs and Christian Bombs? The Powerbound Game here. First of all, Jesus, my hair looks terrible. And second, also weird angle. Again, sorry, it always changes based on my. I don't want to lift it up, but I'm charging my phone right now. Based on my my setup, basically. Yeah, I'm still using the mic. It's over here. And let's get to it. So, you probably already read the title going into this video, so you know what this video is entirely about, but for those of you who want a little more context, I decided to delve in. So, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been released, and it's done phenomenally. Gotten 10 out of 10s practically across the board with everybody, and those who haven't given it a 10 out of 10 have been shunned from society. So, why do I bring this up? Well, in Zelda Breath of the Wild, there are a bunch of outfits for the main character, Link, to wear. And you can change those depending on the environment and climate and everything in the game. For example, when you go to Death Mountain, a volcano, it's understandably hot, so you have to wear heat-proof armor. When you go up into the Rito village, which is in the mountains, it's cold, so you obviously have to wear cold-resistant armor. When you go into the Gerudo region, it's a desert, it gets really hot at night, and it gets really cold at night, and it's really hot in the morning, so you kind of have to juggle that. And to get into Gerudo town, you need to look like a girl. You need to look like a woman. So you have to dress in the woman clothes. But yeah, you get the point. So Link has a lot of outfits in the game that you can mix and match, whatever. And a lot of those outfits also are previous outfits. So using amiibo, such as the 30th all 4 of the 30th anniversary amiibos, and the Link and Toon Link Smash amiibos, you can actually get costumes from the older The Legend of Zelda games for Link in Breath of the Wild. For example, if you scan in the 30th anniversary amiibo, there's a chance that you get the either cap, trousers, or tunic of the hero from the original Legend of Zelda NES game. If you scan in the Ocarina of Time amiibo, you can get the cap, trousers, and tunic of Time from Ocarina of Time. If you scan in the Toon Link amiibo, both Smash Bros. And 30th anniversary, you can get the cap, trousers, and tunic of the Wind from Wind Waker. And if you scan in the Smash Bros. Link amiibo, you can get the cap, trousers, and tunic of Twilight from Twilight Princess, which is what the Smash Bros. Link is based off of. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, we'll get to that in a second. All of these are obtainable by amiibo. And The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game that's been meticulously worked on over and over and over. It's been cut, polished, refined since like 2013. It's been in development for 4 years. So, at least. So, obviously, with the amount of detail and polish that has gone into this game, it's quite obvious that if there was any kind of unknown random thing in the game, it's really unlikely that there would be such a thing. Like, unused textures or unused items or whatever. So, why do I tell you this? Well, let me tell you a completely unrelated story and then I'll connect the dots. Recently, we have found that that Nintendo has put in 3 listings for amiibo. So, there are a couple of things to take from this. All 3 have the AA name listing. So, first of all, that's usually used for Smash Bros. Amiibo, but it's way too early to say for certain. And also, the rest of the Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild alternate Link costumes from the older games are through amiibo. Now, why is this super exciting? Because when people data mined Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, they found 2 new costumes and assets that aren't used. They found the cap, tunic, and trousers of the Sky, I think it's what the listing was, and basically it's the Skyward Sword outfit, and also the Goddess Sword from Skyward Sword, and also the Fierce Deity Sword, Fierce Deity Mask, and tunic and trousers, or whatever, of the Fierce Deity stuff. So basically the Fierce Deity Link and Skyward Sword Link, and their respective swords, are present in the game's code. Why is this cool? Well, first of all, This means that there's a possibility that we're getting Skyward Sword and Fierce Deity Link amiibos for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And even if it doesn't mean that, that means we're possibly getting Smash Bros. For the Switch and new amiibos to boot. And even if it doesn't mean that, there is a high possibility that the Skyward Sword Link could be a thing. And if that's true, that means that we could possibly be getting a Skyward Sword HD remake for the Switch. Think about it, it's perfect. All of the things match up. We have unused Skyward Sword data in a game that's been meticulously and very precisely worked on for the last 4 years. You would assume that any unused assets would get thrown out, or any unused textures would be scrapped, but no, they're still in the code. Excuse me. You have possibly Smash Bros. I'll just put that out there. But the reason I think that Skyward Sword could be on the Switch is because of a completely unrelated game, World of Goo. World of Goo came out on the Switch. It was originally a Wii Shop channel title that you could download on the Wii Shop, from the Wii Shop on the Wii. And it's like a little point-and-click platformer Goo thingy. I've never played the game, so I can't tell you what the gameplay's like. But I saw gameplay of the remake on the Switch. Now, obviously with the Switch, especially in handheld mode, you're going to have them struck to the side, so you can actually play with, buttons and analog stick input. However, there is also a mode for tabletop and for TV mode where you can use the right Joy-Con, which has an infrared camera on the bottom. You can use the right Joy-Con as a Wiimote. And because like a Wiimote, like it functions like a Wiimote. You point it at the screen and move it around, and it functions like a Wiimote. And why this is cool is because the Wiimote, as a peripheral, originally only had an accelerometer. And infrared lights for motion, which is why Wii Sports Bowling absolutely sucks at reading your motion. You actually have to tilt your entire hand in a certain direction, like that, instead of like in Wii Sports Resort with the Wii Motion Plus, where you can tilt it like this instead of having to tilt it like that. So basically, the Wii Mote regular only had the accelerometer, but with the Wii Motion Plus, it also had a gyroscope. The Switch Joy-Con have the accelerometer gyroscope built right in, which means motion control is definitely and entirely possible on a level comparative to the Wii Motion Plus, which means that you have two Joy-Con, one left Joy-Con, one right Joy-Con. The left Joy-Con can be used like a nunchuck because it also has trigger inputs, which can be used like the C and Z buttons on the nunchuck. And you have 4 face buttons on the right Joy-Con, but also you have the infrared camera and the accelerometer and gyroscope on both. You have an input analog stick on the left and right Joy-Con. Granted, on the right, I don't know what you would use it for, but you have a left one. You have the input stick on the left one for sure. You have the input on the left. And both of them are outfitted with the motion controls, which means you can also use you can flick the left one out to use your shield, like in that game. So there is a possibility that Skyward Sword could be remade in HD for the Switch, and as a massive Skyward Sword fan, in fact, Skyward Sword is my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time. As a massive Skyward Sword fan, I can say, thank you so much, Nintendo, if this actually happens. Because it's not just me, I've seen like a list of people who absolutely love Skyward Sword in a ton of like music videos. When I pick out the music for these videos, I always look at the comment section to see, how does the community react to these songs. And I've seen so many comments on a lot of the Zelda music when I was picking out for Zelda Month. A lot of the music there was like, a couple of the songs were actually from Skyward Sword, and I saw all of the comments, especially the top comments, were, hey, I loved Skyward Sword, wouldn't it be cool if they made an HD remake? So I've seen these comments, and if Nintendo's actually listening to the fans and listening to what they want, then yeah, I'm totally okay with having another Zelda game on the Switch. I'm totally okay with having a motion-controlled Skyward Sword on the Switch. In fact, that, if not Breath of the Wild, that would be my Zelda system seller. Like, I love Breath of the Wild. Like, I've never played it, but, like, just looking at all of the gameplay and stuff, excuse me. I love The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but if they had Skyward Sword on there, that would be my Zelda game. Like, I love to death every single part of Skyward Sword, and I would buy a Switch just for Skyward Sword. That's how much I love that game. So, I think that if Nintendo does do this, A, it's going to be a very good business opportunity, and B, that possibly means that the Skyward Sword amiibo is coming out. Now, I couldn't tell you if I tried what the Skyward Sword amiibo would give Link, but there is possibly a Skyward Sword amiibo coming out for the Switch and whatever, and with that, there is possibly a Skyward Sword HD remake that's coming out, which in turn, the Skyward Sword amiibo will also allow you to access the tunic, trousers, and cap of the sky, as well as the Goddess Sword in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, that's cool, and if none of that happens, at least those amiibo listings are listed as AA, which means potential Smash Bros. So, that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please do leave a like down below. Comment below, how hype are you for the possibility of Skyward Sword HD on the Switch? And also, how hype are you for new amiibo? And how hype are you, well, possible new amiibo. How hype are you if they make Skyward Sword HD remake on the Switch? How hype are you if they make that amiibo, Link Skyward Sword amiibo, and you can use it in Breath of the Wild? And if all of this is untrue, how hype are you for a little more closure on if there is going to be Super Smash Bros. On the Switch? So, leave a comment for all of that. Subscribe to get alerts when new videos come out, including videos like this, where I talk to you guys in front of the camera, and gaming videos and such. I actually have an update on this at the end of this video that I'll talk about in a second. And also, ring the bell if you actually want to get notified. If you just subscribe, it'll show up in your subscription feed, but you have to ring the bell if you want to actually get alerts. And share with your friends from all bad YouTubers such as myself. And let's go over that little update that I just mentioned like a second ago. I'm sorry about that. That's just my poor planning skills. So, update on the channel. The channel is doing fine. That's not why I'm giving you this update. The update is more on gameplay stuff. I don't have a lot of games. I haven't gotten a new game since Titanfall 2 back in October, and I have posted quite a couple. I've posted a couple of Titanfall 2 videos. Neither of them have done all that well, and so I actually want to get your opinion. Should I continue that series or not, or should I cancel it? As of right now, I'm thinking of canceling it, but if I do, I don't know what other content I could post other than me sitting in front of the camera. I don't want to just do that. I also do want to do gaming content. But if I do gaming content, I want your guys' opinions as to what I should do for that gaming content. And I'll have a dedicated video on this for you guys. And also, if you guys, want me to continue Titanfall 2. Also, and another thing, this is just me. I'm sorry to all of you that want better quality, content. I'm trying as hard as I can, but I can only work with what I have, and what I have is my phone, Audacity on my, this is my stand-in laptop. It's not going to work full-time. It's nowhere near powerful enough. And this Blue Yeti mic, which definitely, it's a great price, great bargain, whatever, but, I'm not going to be able to make any full, great quality stuff. I'm trying to work with what I can. If I can get anything better, I will totally let you guys know, and, try to get you guys on board. So, thanks for putting up with it, and, yeah, I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you, and also, yeah, just keep gaming. That's great. So I already did my little spiel, but I didn't do the long story short part. So in short, guys, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am the Powerpuff Gamer. My lights are up.